First of all, I would like to thank so much Mr. Michael Ma'ar for his hosting to us and his hospitality to London Stock Exchange Group team. And we would like to ask you for a few questions, if you don't mind, about the main strategies that you are holding in your hand in your turf in NBE.
Thank you, Mr. Mohab. Thank you for this opportunity to discuss with you with the London Stock Exchange team. I would like to shed a few highlights on NBE strategy. It's approved by the board. It covers from the year 21 until 2023. And it's built around 7 pillars. The first pillar is that we lead the market into financial inclusion. We integrate sustainability into NBE's core activities. We enhance a seamless digital experience with AI integration. We focus on profitability and high performance cost optimization. We create a customer-centric organization. We play a national role and contribute to major government and CBE initiatives. And we are developing our people to deliver those results.
What about the green projects? We are hearing a lot about the contribution of National Bank of Egypt in green projects and enhancing the aspect and the main concept of green projects in Egypt. Can you shed some light over this, please?
Sure. The history of NBE in green projects goes back to 1998. Long before actually having this strategy written, and it goes through the Egyptian Pollution Abatement Program. The purpose of this project was to reduce industrial waste and make the companies more efficient and towards a transition towards a cleaner production. Currently, sustainability, as highlighted earlier, is into NBE's core activities. Every function that we are having has to integrate sustainability and climate finance and climate change into its as a main pillar of its function. Other than that, the board wouldn't have approved it. For example, if we're talking about retail or SMEs or corporate, they have to have the right policies that they are, it has to have the right policies, the right product. The people should be trained actually on driving actual sustainability, and the processes as well should be there.
This is great to hear that the biggest bank in Egypt and biggest financial institution is giving so much attention on ESG and the sustainability in general. This is really heartwarming. So what about financial inclusion? Why, from the eye of an external observer, why the financial inclusion isn't moving as fast as desired in Egypt?
Actually, the latest data released by the CBE on financial inclusion indicate that we are 40 million people of the adult population, representing 60% or 61% of the adult population, are now financially included actually within the financial system. This ratio has grown from 50% already. Are we there? I don't think yet we are there. The purpose is actually to exceed 80 or 90%. How to accelerate that? First of all, if you look at the Egyptian population, the dynamics of the Egyptian population, 65% of the population are under the age of 35. So what do those young people need? They need two things, accelerating digital onboarding and the eKYC. They wouldn't want to go to a traditional branch and do the services as required by the traditional banking services. I see it happening in the future because I see Egypt moving very fast into this direction, and it's aligned also with the Egypt Vision 2030.
This is very good to hear. But now you are giving us a very good and bright picture. What about the challenges? What about the things that maybe you don't want to tell us? How do you see the challenges in both ESG and financial inclusion in 2023?
ESG, if you look at the dynamics of the climate or the climate finance in Egypt from a global perspective first. The world GDP is around $90 trillion. Standard finance in the form of conventional bonds is 300% of the GDP. The climate finance is less than 1%. In order to achieve the 2030 targets, this number needs to exceed $30 billion, to grow 50 times the current size of the market. The industry needs two things, innovation and standardization. It has to make business sense, as we have it within our strategy. In NBE, sustainability needs to make business sense, not to become an increased cost to the institution. For example, the cost of green cement costs twice as much. So this is actually the main challenge, yet the innovation is happening very fast. There are also a lot of opportunities that in sustainability, if you integrate it, that it will open access to new markets, it will reduce your operating cost, and it will enhance the organization, the reputation and risk.
This is great, and this leads us as well to discussing one of the most advertised and most important events that happened in 2022, which is obviously COP27. How did the COP27 affect your strategies in general and the ESG strategies in specific?
It was a great opportunity to participate with National Bank of Egypt in the COP27. It was a great pride for any Egyptian. We were among 45,000 group of participants from different backgrounds, lots of diversity, complementing industry, whether banking, ministries, consulting firms, and it all exchange of ideas, exchange of knowledge, different seminars. The National Bank of Egypt participated mainly on the Energy Day. We were lucky to sign an agreement with the Agence Française de Développement for 150 million euros, designated for mid-cap and SMEs in their transition to green projects.
This is great, and also we were happy to have this agreement, and we are happy to say that we are one of the major suppliers of green data, and the data, of course, is the oil of the new century. So based on the agreement now, NBE and all its subsidiaries, they have a very good channel to get all the data, all ESG data, all financial data, all compliance and risk data, which is quite important for NBE. All this with very tight cooperation with London Stock Exchange Group, previously Thomson Reuters. So we were really happy to have you here and to be at your host in National Bank of Egypt headquarters in Cairo. This was a great pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Mohab. Great pleasure.
Thank you so much.